Alright, welcome back to Sci-Fi Split Nice Week. We're doing our 2017 draft preview of the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're picking 41st overall in the second round. John, who do you think they should target there at number 41?
I said Solomon Thomas in round one, and I'm not stopping at all on the defensive line. I think they should go right back at it. I think they should look at Derek Rivers at that second round spot. I know Youngstown State is going to turn a lot of people away, lack of competition, all that stuff. The competition stuff doesn't really matter to me if you're a truly dominant player in terms of market share production, which means are you so productive that the majority of your team's production comes from you, and that was absolutely the case with him. He was productive all 4 years he was at Youngstown State, and his athletic profile matches one of actually a Whitney Merciless. He's 6'5", 250. He ran a sub 4.65 40. He ran a grade 3 cone at 6.95. Actually very similar to Solomon Thomas himself. But the point of this is that he's my edge 3 right now. He's actually my edge 3 behind Solomon Thomas. He's almost carrying a first round grade for me, so I think the value fits. But having Rivers and Thomas on your third down nickel front, it immediately upgrades the entirety of that defense. And I think if you don't have at least 3 pass rushers on the field at all times, you're not going to be effective in your defense. It doesn't matter how good your cornerbacks are. It doesn't matter how good your linebackers are. If you don't have pass rushers, you can't win on defense. And I think this is a great class to double up on pass rushers. And I think depth at other positions like running back and wide receiver, you can target in rounds 3 and 4. But I would absolutely go ahead and take another potentially elite pass rusher in Derek Rivers.
Well, I don't. But John, what about, let's say, a guy like Will Clark? Do you think he showed enough potential to consider him, someone who could, take over for Michael Johnson?
If I'm a defensive coordinator and some dude says to me, we got to give Will Clark a chance. Like, Will Clark is, like, the only way that we save our pass rush. I'm not feeling very good about myself. Like, obviously, he didn't play a lot, like, his first 2 years, and year 3 was really when he got more playing time. And he had some flashes, but what we've seen from Will Clark is basically what we're going to get from Will Clark here and now. And that's not a player that you expect to have long term. I mean, he's a decent, like, rotational guy that you can play on first and second down, but he just offers next to nothing as a pass rusher.
All right, a spare tire.
John, I got a question about Derek Rivers though.
Yes.
When I was looking at him, like I love his size, and I think that he can be a beast in the league. But like, did you ever see like problems with his motor?
Not entirely. Like, the thing with motor and defensive line, like this question came up with like Malik McDowell. Like the questions about his energy and his motor, about taking plays off and whatnot. If you're a defensive lineman and you have motor questions, I don't really like take them with anything more than a grain of salt, because I mean you're expected to be productive on about 15% of your snaps, and if you have that production, then you're fine with me. If you take a couple snaps off, it's whatever. I mean, you got your hand in the dirt for the entirety of the game, and you're going up against guys that are 50 pounds heavier than you. Obviously, you're not going to be 100. You're not going to be 110% running on all cylinders all the time. So I don't really look at motor issues that much, and I'm sure that the Bengals have enough quality veterans on the defensive line and a good enough coaching staff to, if there is any motor issues, if there is any character questions, they can they can get them out of them pretty quickly.
Yeah. Jordan, did you want to give us your pick?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I picked Taylor Moton from Western Michigan. He is a guard, offensive tackle. This dude is ginormous. He is 6'5", 320 pounds with a 34 1/8 inch arm reach. I think that he's going to be good for us because, me personally, I think he's going to start, or he's not going to start at center, or guard. I think he's going to play guard because I think he's better at that position. Last year, he played tackle, and what really put me onto him was how he played versus Wisconsin in their bowl game. When he went against TJ Watt, he basically won the matchup every single time. So I think that having him in there to put at either guard or tackle, which is questionable this upcoming season, I think that'll be a good fit.
I think Tobin went up to see him in his pro day, didn't he? So that's pretty good. In terms of
he's definitely a beast. Yeah, you don't want to sit behind him at the movie theater. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well,
go ahead. Yeah, Hodgie.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're all going with the boring baloney picks here, so I'm gonna go with Ohio State guard and center Pat Elflein. He's nasty. He anchors well, as John might say. He gets onto people's pads and he pushes them. Yes, he's not that fast or agile. And I can see that that's a problem that can be bad at the second level. Shout out to John because it's a little too aggressive. But honestly, at this point, I'll take anyone with some pride. I mean, you got Bodine. I mean, the guy is good at lifting weights, but maybe he wants to try out for the part of a ballerino. A ballerino in the ballet is the man. He sometimes lifts the woman throws. You got to be strong for that. But as my good friend Bonnie Tyler has said, where have all the good men gone and where are all the gods? Where's the streetwise Hercules to fight the rising odds? Isn't there a white knight upon a firing steed? Late at night I toss and I turn and I dream of what I need. I need a hero. And that hero, holding out for a hero, is him, Elflein. He's gonna be good. Boring but good.
All right. Well, unless there's any final thoughts.
Yeah, they really have to. They have to nail these first 2 rounds. I mean, they cannot go in with the same mentality that they have in the past couple years and about thinking about players leaving and drafting future replacements. No, this is the time where they're drafting guys who are getting a lot of guaranteed money. In that first pick, they have to select an immediate impact player.
Yeah, I agree. But like in the first round, I honestly don't see how we can mess up. That's me personally. Well, I feel like I don't know who we could pick at 9 that would be bad.
I feel like they're going to take a pass rusher, but he's not going to be a good one. I'm feeling like a Charlton or a Barnett, which
yeah. See, I do not like Barnett at all.
Yeah, people may say it's a good pick, but I mean,
yeah, I guess
they're not first round guys.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap that up, and we'll continue with the 3rd to the 7th rounds a little later on. Thank you for listening to Zoyafai Spit When I Speak. We'll catch you next time. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at facebook.com/DHSportsTV. So long.